Hello everyone, Kenny here, Cranky Old Man YouTube channel. So, it's been a minute since I've been on, lost a few followers. I guess when you're not putting out content, you're not going to have people subscribe. So, finally got out. I don't get out much, when you're poor. You don't get to experience a whole lot of stuff. And I don't think you want me to talk about what I watched on the television. So, but I finally got out. A friend of mine, Razor's Edge Tattoo, hailed through Maryland. It's a tattoo and piercing studio. My friend knew that I wanted to see AC/DC, and I forgot to put money away for the tour, and I didn't have money for the tickets, and yet he bought me the tickets. Sent them to me. God, I love him. He's a great guy. So, I wanted to give you my take on, it was $90 for a parking pass. So, I decided to take a Lyft. My first experience with an Lyft/Uber service. And let me just tell you, it was not very pleasant for me. The first ride was pretty good. It was right on, picking me up. Me and my wife parked up at the Walmart a couple miles away from the venue and took a Lyft. Now, Uber was twice the price. It was like $30-some to go 3 miles. The Lyft was somewhere between $12 and $17. It kept fluctuating. And, of course, by the time we ordered it, it was like 17-something. And the first gentleman we picked us up was a great guy. Car was clean, smelled good, decent music. He was polite. He engaged us in conversation, and it was a very pleasant experience. However, leaving the venue, now, granted, there's 30,000 people, probably 500 or so, waiting for a Lyft or a Uber or whatever mode, maybe someone picking them up. We're all standing in this red zone, way away from the stadium, waiting, wondering how an Uber or a Lyft is going to figure out who we are. Well, the Lyft, the program's pretty good. However, we got dropped twice, where it's saying their car was assigned. It was 12 minutes away, 10 minutes away, 7 minutes away, then back to 10 minutes away, back to 7 minutes away, and then it says, oh, please be patient. We are reassigning looking for a new driver for you. So I don't know what happened to Muhammad, but Muhammad left and never picked us up. So then we had to wait for a second one. And that one, I don't remember his name. That only popped up for a few minutes, and then he got dropped. So, I don't know. I don't know if because you could pick different levels of pricing, like wait, order and wait, and it could be an hour, hour and a half to pick you up, and that's way cheaper. Or expedite it, and then that's like $50. So, I don't know if that played into it where the guy saw one that says $50 and one that says $15, and he might have clicked off and canceled our ride and picked up the higher ride. I hope that's not the situation, although we finally got somebody, and I'll talk about him in a minute. But here is the stadium, and here's the red zone. And this is all the people waiting for a ride. By the time we got picked up, and we ordered ours well in advance of getting to the red zone, this is what the parking lot looked like when we got picked up. pretty well ticked me off. My entire night was nearly ruined due to Lyft and the issue with drivers. Now, like I said, I'm sure there was guys doing multiple runs back and forth. But by the time we got back to the Walmart, it had been closed for an hour and a half. I'm glad the car wasn't towed, broken into, stolen. So that was something that was weighing on my mind the entire time. But all in all, it wasn't a bad experience. However, the second driver did not have any charisma. He was, I don't know, didn't answer. You know, my wife is a very happy person. She loves to talk to people. And it was very evident he was not much wanting to talk to any of us. And, of course, he had rap music on, which isn't my jam. I'd listened to that for 4.5 minutes. I felt like getting my gats out, you know, and it warped my mind after 4 hours of waiting, or 4 minutes of hearing that garbage. But anyway, he's laid back. The car was clean. Smelled okay. But the guy just did not want to engage in any conversation. Didn't really care. Didn't really have a good disposition to me. So when I got out, I said, "Oh yeah, I forgot your tip. Here's your tip. Try being more friendly." I said, "I normally am a big tipper. You know, the first Lyft, the recommended tip was anywhere from $3 to $5. I gave him like $15. Okay, and we didn't have a whole lot of money, but it's still, I feel these guys are, you know, they're trying to make ends meet too, and this was a special event, so I gave him like 3 times the highest amount. So with the last guy, I told him, I said, "Here's your tip. Try to be more friendly and you might get one." And with that, I slammed the door and off he went, and no tip for Jared. Yes, Jared. I first asked him if he was used to work at Subway, and I guess he didn't get it, or he didn't really care to respond. But anyway, Lyft. I don't know if Uber's any better, but I give them a 5 right now out of 10 because I had a really decent, good experience, and then I had a really crappy experience. And the experience, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just, you know, especially when you're coming from a venue where you're very happy and you're trying to be talkative, and the guy doesn't want to respond, and it just kills the mood. You know what I mean? So for 4.5 minutes, me and my wife pretty much sat in silence. I'm sorry, 4.5 minutes, 4.5 miles. It's about 15 minutes. We just kind of sat in silence, and as he ran over speed bumps a little faster than I would like, because my spine and neck are trashed, and every bump was nearly excruciating. So anyway, Lyft. If you need one, I guess I would say get one, but if you can figure out other things, I would go with a different direction. Though I left a negative for Jared. Not really a negative, but like a 5 out of 10. I don't remember exactly the rating score, but it was not very good. I think it was just maybe, did you enjoy your ride? Did you not enjoy your ride? Couple other things, and it really didn't let us go into it didn't let us really get into the specifics of why we didn't enjoy our ride, our experience. But I think they should do that in the app so they could correct the issue. So anyway, with that, take it for a grain of salt. This old man kind of gets cranky and expects sometimes maybe I'm a little bit I don't know. Maybe I expect a little bit more out of people. God help us 2 or 3 more generations from now. So anyway, with that, I will see you later. I'm going to put a couple more videos out. Might spread them out over the week. Hate to bombard you guys with 3 or 4 of them right away and then not have anything for a week. So anyway, if you like AC/DC, I put some links up there or some videos up for the Power Up tour. I don't know if they'll be dropped anytime soon. You know, some type of copyright thing. I don't know. But maybe. The highest, pretty much other than my 30-second dog videos, they've been the highest views so far in this entire thing. Other than my one Maryland open carry thing. So, open carry rifle in Maryland. That was probably my biggest biggest amount of reviews on one of my videos. So anyway, that's all I got. Talk to you next time. See you.